There we go. Let's turn the volume up there and ready to rock and roll on a Monday. Kind of snuck up on me there. Just oh wait, it got to zero. I'm like, wait, it's zero now. It means we're actually on the air. We're actually ready to roll the show. Glad you guys are along on a Monday. Happy Monday, virtual happy hour. It's the show that really just we don't got much. We just kind of do our thing here. Here we go. Let's roll the open in three, two, one. Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm kind of doing a little moving around stuff here on the screen. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody is rocking and rolling here on a Monday. Let's see. You're coming up on a 70 degree. I should have gone outside, but I got to tell you, I don't want to call it laziness. Maybe that is what it is. Just for good. I mean, it's still very nice. Of course we this time of year we get about an hour in, and all of a sudden it starts getting dark. But I just didn't feel like hauling everything downstairs today. I don't know why. I came in from school and got lazy. I just don't know what the deal is. I didn't do it. So glad you're along. Let me do one more thing real quick here. And on the show today, we're going to look back at the weekend that was. Nothing really too exciting. Nothing too just monumental. Really, I mean, it was kind of well, actually it was good in some ways, really good in some ways, so in others, as we find out today. And the good news was that another vaccine is apparently in the works. That's 94.5% success rate, which goes along with the 94 point whatever the other vaccine from Pfizer was. So we've got two vaccines in play, and both of them 90 plus success rate, which I'm no doctor or epidemiologist or whatever it is. I think that's pretty good. I think the success rate. Okay, bring this down, and 69 degrees in DFW. She's standing by. It's time to bring her on. Let's go to Mom Cam in a moment. Let's play the intro for Mom. Here we go. There we go. Mom, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, a little tired today. I don't know why. I just got a little tired today. I did stop and get me a big iced coffee, so I should be a little bit raring to go. But
Yeah, well, I don't know why the Be Live must have changed their format because
why?
I've got a big picture of me on the right and a little picture of me down in the corner. So at
They
least
may
I'm not on
have.
tonight.
Yeah, I need to look. This is something I'll do maybe Wednesday or sometime this week. They do a really good job of. I think I mentioned this before. Their customer service and their tutorials are really good. It may not be the best live streaming program with all the bells and whistles, but they keep adding bells and whistles. And they also got great tutorials and great forums online as well. So I'll have to figure that out. I feel like maybe as I move around here, I feel like maybe that was something that came out and I kind of saw it, but I didn't see it. But anyway, well, good. I'm glad you figured it out. So it's all good, all
Well,
good there.
yeah. Well, I had a, when you're a singlet, your weekends are dependent on usually being out with other people, and so I'm trying desperately to be really cautious about that. But um, I have this young man that is a new board member, and he was sharing. I went out to dinner with him on Friday, and he's sharing a tool that a person in Colorado is offering to senior citizens. It's kind of like it's a kit, where they can entertain
Yep.
themselves, and some are for dementia people, and they, and so he was offering to. It's a friend of his from here, that married somebody in Colorado, and his wife is. It's called Maria's Place. So that was cool that I met him, and he gave me. I haven't had a real good chance to look at the kit that they sent him. And then Saturday, my dear friend Connie Hanson had her birthday, and we had her birthday. Her birthday was actually yesterday, but she wanted to go to Artisan, and so I also got to see Brad's little baby Remy, and she was, oh my goodness, so adorable. And we had dinner, and we had chauffeurs called Sam and Steph, and so we had a great evening. So it looks like here pretty soon that those may be carry out evenings only from the future in the near future. So, it's kind of sad. And today I went and got the famous flu shot. And so that was my day, and ordered my groceries to pick up tomorrow. And here I am wait. I always look forward to being on with you. So there you go. So don't have
Well,
anything
you're
spectacular.
the most you must be the most bored person out there to be looking forward to this show. I mean,
Now, don't go there. Don't be negative.
no,
You
not being
some
negative. It's just factual. This is a show. It's not original because Seinfeld was the original show about nothing. So this is actually just following their footsteps.
well, I
But
will tell you, it's meant a lot to me because I look forward to Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays if I'm not detained otherwise, which is rare. And I think it's meant a lot to other people, going and coming, and you've made some friends.
probably
So
should probably should promote it a little more. I haven't. It just gosh, I made a schedule to promote all the social media, and I did for a while, and then today it really depends on where I'm at. Today I was at TCA, which I love, my alma mater, but the Wi-Fi, they don't have guest Wi-Fi, and they don't, and so I got to use my tether. My data is to the roof, and
yeah,
um, Prince of Peace, I got the Wi-Fi, so I can do a lot more stuff. And I don't know, I'm using excuses, but I need to promote this more. I have been off and on, so it's one thing I was thinking about before I came to the air.
well,
I need to do a little bit more.
I don't think you realize how far-reaching you are. Now, not everybody has the freedom, like your mom, to be there almost every time. So you don't need to take that as a put down. It's just that other people in your world, but you've encompassed a huge group
Well,
of
the
people.
key is to get people to stay around and not just look at it and click and go away, because that's why I
Well,
got
they
to
don't
come up with
go.
more.
I think they come back,
Well,
but they don't.
we had 4 or 5 viewers, and now that we have one. So what I'm saying is we got to have more. And that's why shows like Friday with the beer thing and things like that, having good content always helps. But I had nothing today. I didn't really. I got. I don't have really much today
Yeah,
except recap the
sometimes
weekend.
extemporaneous is the better part of valor. You don't ever know what's going to
No, I
happen.
did see some good news that your favorite restaurant, Artisan, or one of your favorite, I guess your favorite, won a big award up there. That's kind of cool. See that?
Yeah, when was that?
I don't know. I saw it on social media today. I don't remember what day it was, but I saw it today.
Yeah. The parent company's called Navarre Hospitality Group, and
Hmm.
Artisan won an award from the Kiwanis in Elkhart County,
Yeah,
which
I
is
saw. It was cool.
and
It was. I mean, I liked it and responded. It was well
yeah,
deserved. So yeah, that's
yeah.
good news.
Well, and Brad, frankly, is Saturday when I spoke with him, he doesn't know, because Michigan is shutting down restaurants, and I just had an email. I mean, a Facebook posting from a place just into Michigan that I've never been to. It's called Cam's, and it's supposed to be really good. The wife, the female in the group, Cam is the husband, and the female in the group used to be at McCarthy's, and they've been up there forever. And I just, it's not a place I want to drive in the evening because I'm by myself. So I've got to find somebody to go there. Well, they're going to have to do carry out only. The governor of Michigan has shut them down, and probably, and here's the thing that's just so sad: when they shut them down, they have a skeleton staff. They don't have waiters or anything, and they're furloughed, and it's sad. And it looks like she's shutting down the casinos too, which in Michigan, that's one of my favorite. and that means my friend Adam, who just got hired back after being furloughed, he's probably going to be out again. So it's so sad. I'm hoping those vaccines will come into play and help our food staff people and make this not so drastic. It sucks to be single and have to hang out at your house 24/7. So there you go. That's my take on it. So, and it
Yeah,
looks like
that's a yeah,
Elkhart
well,
is fast because our hospitals are not taking patients. They're
well,
full.
I just saw my fraternity brother Tad on here, and he was in a thread which I thought was very interesting, and I began to think today. My thought for once, it's really weird because GM teaches in Dallas, in the city, so it's a little different there. I'm out in the border of Collin and Dallas County.
Yeah,
It's almost like, and granted, it's only 15, 20 minutes away, but just a little different. It's weird how each county and each area of the city is different. I mean,
yeah,
Dallas had all these cases, but Tarrant County didn't have as many. And as a matter of fact, today, the principal during the chapel at TCA said, we want to commend the students for a great job you've done. It looks that things look like we're going to be able to, because there's always been concern you weren't going to finish the semester or whatever, but it looks like they're going to make it to Thanksgiving holiday. And he was kind of joking. You got 7 more weeks between till now and first of the year, whatever it was. And he said, you're only going to have, I guess they have next week off. They got 2 weeks off for the holiday. And then they had part of last week was off because it was finals for the trimester. So they basically have going to 7 weeks. They're going to have on campus just 3 of them. And he was kind of joking, but even despite that, you guys did a great job through the semester.
yeah.
And it's thing. There was no fault of St. Mark's. St. Mark's is not their fault. They had a lot of cases break out there, but it was all from other events. They were not related to the campus.
Yeah,
And like I keep
that's the
saying, this
problem.
virus is so daggum smart. It knows, where to go, where to not. It's really ridiculous. But
Well,
yeah,
well,
and it's
I
and
live
it's
in the
terrible for guys like Brad. I mean, my friend little Joey, who works in the restaurant
yeah,
and hospitality industry. I mean, he's trying to get by as well. And I mean, and it's shut down, not shut down, shut down. And I don't know how those people. It's hard. I mean, I can just tell you, it's affected. Like I said on my show last week, it's
uh-huh.
affected everybody. But there's a fine line between mass panic and trying to live your life. And Gay Marie and I have tried to live our life, and not to be too little political about it. But I just don't think shutting things down is an option anymore because. I mean, how you going? I mean, unless somebody's going to write me a check, I'm not getting a check. I got to work. We
Exactly.
got to.
Oh, which reminds me, there was an article today about minor league baseball teams in the South Bend Tribune, but it was a national article about Major League Baseball and the minor league baseball teams.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's a lot of that going on right now because of the whole MLB has taken over. Major League Baseball has taken over the control of the MILB starting next year. So all the reshuffling is going on. It's a big mess. They're shuffling the deck right now, and the deck hasn't been completely reshuffled yet. But there's a lot of moving parts there. South Bend should be fine, although they could very easily find themselves in AAA or perhaps AAA. I can see that happening. But a lot of shuffling.
I see Maxwell in the background.
What? Oh, Max. Oh, the dog. Yeah. Because the wife just left because Caroline, apparently her car got hit, and the wife just took off. So yeah, that's not good. I don't know what happened. I didn't even talk to her. So since Caroline's car got hit at work, going to get her. So I don't know if her car got hit. Her car's not drivable. That's not good. That's just, boy, talk about just the hits keep coming. That would be not good. Not good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
tomorrow you'll get a care package.
Actually, I think it's here, but I think it just came.
It's a long box. It's an Amazon box.
Yes, I think it just got here.
Real heavy.
I think it just got here in the last half hour because I think it just got here because the dog was going nuts, and I think there's a box. I saw a box, heard a box come in the door right for one of the airs. So I think, anyway,
the big box is for you, and then there's the Christmas packages for the ornaments and the West gifts are in there, but they're not wrapped, obviously.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Anyway, well, I'm glad
Gotcha.
you got it. You'll enjoy it. That'll be a nice surprise.
Well, we would have opened it live on the air. Maybe we'll do it on Wednesday. We'll do it Wednesday. We'll open it live on the
Open
air.
it tonight. I want you to open it. Not right now, but
well, I can't get up now because I'm by myself.
No,
And just
no,
the
no.
dog.
I meant
Dog
when
can't
the
go get
show
it.
is over.
Oh
Open
yeah,
it
right.
up because I'm excited. I mean, it's not, it's a casino gift. It's probably going to be the last one I get. But anyway, I thought you would enjoy it. So
sure. Well, we'll definitely check it out, Mom.
Okay. Well, I'll get on the other side.
By the way, here's the story you might like today. These people, everybody might want to hear this. I'll go ahead and share it with you. I was substituting today and tomorrow for drama. Now, we didn't have drama class per se when we were in the 80s at Trinity Christian, but now TCA's got a little lab theater, and they've got multiple auditoriums and a really, really badass theater and advanced drama and drama 1, drama 2. Anyway, I was telling the drama story, but it's funny. As I'm telling the story, I realize as I'm sitting there telling the story about how I got the part in the senior play, one of the cast members of my senior year, her daughter is in advanced drama, and it's funny. And so I'm sitting there, reading, and I said, well, and I said, and Catherine's mom was also was my cohort in the play. It's funny. Catherine kind of looked funny, and she really realized who I was. And then she realized the play because she knew. I mean, she's obviously seen the video because we actually went to her parents' house and saw the video maybe 2 springs ago. Had a little get together, but yeah, I was telling but it was funny because I was, not only am I substituted for my football coach, who's still there teaching Bible and photography, and I substituted last week for a guy I played football with, and this week I was doing drama, and I had a student whose mom was in the drama with me. I'm like, it's crazy. It's not you'd get a kick out of that story, Mom.
Who was that? Who was
it was you knew her as Becky Grimm, is who you knew her as.
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly.
That's her maiden name, but yeah, cool.
That's
so all good. So fun stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll be on the other side.
Yep. All right. Love you, Mom. See you later. Here we go. Mom headed on her way, and appreciate her joining us right there. There we go. Good to have Mom there. There's a mom cam there. A couple things. Kevin saying you don't open it to what I could do that, but Mom won't let me, so I'll open it. I'll open it here in a few minutes. Kevin also said during Mom's Convo, you need to do giveaways, but unlike Brad, who I've been waiting to get a shirt from for months now, delivered on him. Yeah, I could do that. I'm going through some content revamping. And one of the things is I've gone through on Friday, we're doing the beer test, Kevin, which I think you may have missed that last Friday, but we're doing beer test. And I need to come up, I'm kind of refining this because my wife thinks we should probably give the beers a score. So I need to go back and score the last 2 Fridays, and then we'll have one this Friday as well. And we did the Key Lime beer the other day. We got to get that in the. Monday's kind of just catch up for the week, and then we do odds and ends like that. And Wednesday usually I come up with something content wise. I don't know what it is. Last week was my cousin's play by play. And then, but we figure out something, and I got a couple little notes and tidbits from the social fabric of the world. But let's bring Kevin's comment off, and let's bring switch it to maybe switch it to a Maury Povich like thing. Yes, it can do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to switch it up. We're actually going to switch it up quite a bit, and we are changing up quite a bit. Is we're going to go to my wife now, who joins us. She raced out of here, and so. Please be careful. You're driving, and I guess your phone's mounted, so you're not. Hello.
Yes. Hey. Can
Hello.
you hear me?
Yeah, we're on.
Yes,
we're on the air.
Hello.
We're on the air. Over.
I'm going to pick up Caroline. Her car got hit while she was at work.
Yeah, I saw that. The whole world knows that now. So.
And the bumper is like into her back tire, so she doesn't think she can drive it. So she's just called the police.
Where is she?
They're all.
I mean, what part of town is she in? Just tell me what part of town. You don't have to give it. What? Okay. Okay. All right.
So
Well.
I'm heading down there, and she is pulling because, and again, I mean, it's like she's an accident waiting to happen. I mean, like, if somebody's going to hit somebody and drive off, it's going to be Caroline. It's going to cost me $1,000. I mean, I said, well, I hate to tell you, but don't count on your computer if I've got a $500 deductible. I mean,
Okay.
like, I can't do it.
Okay. This, we're on Facebook Live, babe, right? We're not airing our entire family story here. This is
I'm
well, it's
just
compelling
frustrated.
for a lot of viewers. I am frustrated too. I just saw that when I went on the. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? That's terrible. Yeah, that's not good. Well, let's, as you like to say, let's not borrow trouble yet. Let's figure out what's going on here. But the person drove away.
It was just, her car was parked outside and he hit it and obviously drove away. She wasn't even in it.
Well, okay. Well, if that person, we find that person, they'll serve time, and I'll make sure that happens. So.
Well, so they're going to look at cameras at the place and businesses around if they have any cameras to see if they can figure out who hit her.
Wow. Well, all right. Well, you're going to take her back to school then, right?
Well, she needs to come get her stuff, so.
Okay. Okay.
Get her, I should have put him in the car, but I didn't. I was
Okay.
flustered when I left.
It's okay, babe. I love you, and just let you go back to driving, and we'll work this out. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Thanks for the update. Love you. Thank you. Again, we were just talking a moment ago, and I saw this. She may have seen it, that my daughter got a little fender bender there in her. She's doing an internship at a cool part of town called Bishop Arts, and there's a Bishop Arts theater, and she's really enjoyed the internship, but apparently not enjoying parking by there. But okay. Anyway, good to see David out there. All right, couple of things for today in review of the weekend. May or may not be exciting to some of y'all, but for the first time, and I'm going to look this up real quick because I don't believe I looked this up completely. Let me look this up. I had it up a moment ago. And here we go. I had this up earlier. My beloved alma mater won their game this weekend in exciting fashion. It was 25-24, kicked a field goal to win it. Exciting times. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the school history here. There we go. I believe, just out of curiosity, I'm just kind of looking here because I had this up earlier, but here we go, head to head. Tech beat Baylor. Texas Tech beat Baylor, which was very, very, very cool. And there's a couple reasons why that happened, why that's cool in our house. I'll tell you that in a moment. Tech, the last time they'd beaten Baylor, which is a Baptist school in Waco, would have been they won this year 24-23. They beat them they beat them back-to-back years in 2016-17. But prior to that, Tech had lost 5 in a row from 2011 to 2015. 1-2 when Baylor came off their scandal. Then it dropped the last two in 18, 19, and 1. So Tech's won 1, 2, 3 of the last 10. But at one point, there was a time in my life, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Tech won 15 in a row against Baylor from 96 until 2009. And it was one of those schools going back to probably my time at Tech. There was a time in Lubbock when we lost them 4 years in a row. But I was before I went to school. From the time I went to Tech until recently, it's pretty much been, let's see, 1, 2, 2 and 1. Let's see, I'll say 1 and 4, 2 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 5, 4 and 6. 4 and 7, then won 15 in a row. So what is that? 19. So 19-7 Tech was until 2 years until they lost 4 in a row. So 19 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 19 and 12. Must be the mail. Hey, bud. Anyway, so Tech's basically not gone 20 and 14 against them since I was in school, including 15 or 0. So Tech's been very good. I mean, again, I'm kind of bouncing around here. But yes, always happy to beat Baylor. And here's the thing. And I've not been very snarky. I made one snarky comment today, and I made one post on it. I just didn't have the heart. I guess it was the sermon from yesterday at church that didn't have the heart to rub it in. Although we go to a Baptist church, and Baylor's a Baptist school. There's a lot, I would say most of the folks there are Baylor fans or Baylor friendly. This household, not it so much. Now, my wife went there for 1 year. She did not like the school. She transferred. We have family members who went there. My sister-in-law, we know a lot of people that went there. And so the chance to gloat was there, and I probably didn't gloat nearly as much because usually when Baylor wins, they do a lot of gloating. I didn't gloat nearly as much. I did gloat. I'm gloating a little bit now, so give me some leeway. But beat Texas Tech in rodeo, Mom said. Well, yeah, well, Hardin Simmons has a good rodeo team, or at least they did back in the day. I don't know how about these days. I think Tech won the national championship in rodeo recently, the collegiate. But anyway, it was nice to go to church yesterday in my Texas Tech mask when there were people wearing Baylor masks. And every weekend I've got to watch and Baylor, it was nice to be the guy. And I had a chance to be snarky, and I didn't do it. I had a chance to wear my Tech kit and didn't do it. I just wore the Tech mask. And I had a chance to really bowl over Twitter. All I did was make one Twitter reference, and I did post the big hit that turned the ball game around for Tech on Facebook. By and large, I was pretty calm. I was not too. I mean, I liked all the Tech stuff, but a chance to really gloat, and I really just was showing some discipline and self-control. So I guess I paid attention to the sermon on Sunday and self-control and fruit of the spirit. And I didn't gloat like I could have. But dang it, I wanted to gloat. So dang it, I'm gloating now. How about those Red Raiders beating Baylor? Gosh, it's a good day. It was such a great day. It's a lot of kids at TCA are Baylor kids, and they're going to be going to Baylor from Baylor families. And Tech is a. I don't know many Baylor fans except for people that go to church at my church. All right, so you don't meet Baylor fans in the street. Tech fans you meet everywhere. As a matter of fact, I had a guy stop me in the grocery store on Friday and saw my Tech ring. And he's like, "Hey, what year did you graduate?" Had a great conversation, mask and all. So he was wearing a Tech mask, as a matter of fact. So anyway, so big deal for us in our household. And here's the other thing I told you guys on Friday for sports. The Eagles laid a huge egg against the Giants. The New York Giants are probably the best team in the NFC East, and they're 3-7. The Eagles lost to the Giants. The Redskins got beat by the Lions. Cowboys are off. It's a one-game deficit in that NFC least, and it looks like it's anybody's game again. Last week here in these parts, they were talking about the top 5 picks of the draft, but there's still division to win, folks. As bad as that division is, you still got a chance to win. And I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Cowboys win the NFC East if they put any kind of something together. A two-game winning streak would get them back in it. It would give them the first place in the division. And then anyway, Kevin is out there. And Kevin, I'm going to blame Kevin on. I believe he's there. Or at least something is there. Kevin, you're there. Your video's not there. Oh, there you are. There you are, bud. What's going on, man?
I was feeling sorry for you.
Why is that?
It seemed like you're kind of scrapping today, so I thought, you know what? It's been a while. I better hop on. So.
Well, I appreciate it. Glad you hopped on. Yeah, I had 3 things to go through. One was the sports that no one cared about, and then the final thing was this thing, and I'll share in a moment. But it's a really cool. One of the great inventions that I saw on TV today. But how are things up there in the in Minnesota? How are things going up there, bud?
This state, just first of all, I want to apologize for letting the country down on election night.
Yeah, it is all your fault.
Well, here it's with outstate, everywhere other than the Twin Cities and Duluth, we're all Republican.
Right.
If we seceded from the Twin Cities, Trump would have won that new state we would have called East Dakota.
Right. Right.
But no, we're stuck where the liberals have all the power, and us in Rocks and Cows country are pretty much screwed. So,
Oh well, yeah. I have some hot sports opinions on that. I will say this: I've been wanting to post this and I haven't, but I will say that I mean, yeah, what's weird about this whole thing? I don't know what side people are on, and that's not the point. But you had those two guys, as bad as both of them I think are in general. I mean, in general, they had the number one and number two most votes ever in a presidential election, and one was a loser. It's amazing. I'm still blown away by that. I can't believe that we had that many people vote, but and I think it was
well,
more.
I'm still not buying into who the projected winner is. I'm still
Well, and I
in Denmark.
it's weird because, again, we wouldn't be having this conversation. This is the thing that drives me nuts. We wouldn't be having this conversation and debate and all this nonsense right now. And I said this a couple of weeks ago, or well, about a week or two ago, during the week of the election. If just once a week Trump would have came out and said, "Hey, everybody, I love you. I hope you're doing well," and laid off the Twitter for maybe just for 5 minutes, we probably would have been a no big deal. But instead, he just threw more and more gasoline on it. That's what anyway. But yeah, you know how I voted, so I think there's a secret there. But oh well, I guess I'll be canceled because I admitted it. But oh well. So up there, besides that, is the cold weather set in?
Well, not really, but the cold that has set in has come from Dictator Walz.
Right.
I don't know if the news got down your way, but up here, he has dictated that it's an amazing thing. Bars magically get ran over with COVID at 10:01 p.m. You can go to the bar, but you got to strut your ass out there by 10 o'clock, or otherwise, that bar it's like it's just an army of COVID that just rushes.
Well,
I tell you what,
it's smart.
It's so damn smart. They can tell time. They know where the bars are. It's unbelievable.
Amazing. It's amazing with this thing. It's even those county lines here, because you cross the county line where I'm at today, it seems to avoid that area, but it crosses back into Dallas County and Tarrant County, but leaves Collin and Denton alone. It's amazing how smart it is. It's amazing how smart it is. It's amazing. And what's even more amazing is that it knows to go inside when you're on a patio. It's such a smart thing, I'm telling you.
Oh, up here too. Apparently, if you have 10 people at your house, COVID knows you've got people over, and it will break into your house and infect everybody. If you got 9, you're good.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it.
That 10th person shows up.
Well, 8 or 9. Yeah, it's 8 or 9. It's kind of like the old. Well, it's I guess it's a lot like the limit, like those old rowboats. You only have so many people in the rowboat, then all sink. Well, I guess that's the same thing, but it's a really smart virus. And we saw it out in Lubbock. We were out there a couple weeks ago. They were lined. It was only going to be in the bars. That was the only place it was staying. It avoided the outside of the bar, but it was only going inside the bar, which it knows how to open the door. It's amazing what it does. It's amazing. I'm amazed. Oh well.
And then another great suggestion of unity amongst your neighbors. Dictator Walz has told people, if you see your neighbors have more than 10 people over, call the police. Okay. So let's say my neighbor calls the cops on me because I got, heaven forbid, 10 people over on Thanksgiving Day. Okay, so Barney and Andy come over, give me a citation, maybe throw me in the cell with Otis for 24 hours. I don't know. Let's say next summer I see a robber showing up at my neighbor's house What do you think old Kev's going to do?
Use the phone and
I don't know what they're going to take.
Well, and here's another thing. Okay, let's just say that somebody does look over your fence or whatever, or count the cars out in front of your house, and they go ahead and think, okay, well, he's got 10 people there. Okay. But when it comes to a court, let's say it goes to court, because I would take it to court myself. It was if they called it on me, I would take them to the court and say, look, I only had 9 people there, or 8, because one of those is a delivery guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had 9 folks. One was a pizza guy who walked in, who you happened to look in the building when we had the pizza guy there who walked in, delivered pizza, and walked out, or walked on our doorstep and walked out. I mean, how is that going to hold up in court? Seriously, are they going to really be able to enforce that in court?
If Aunt Rita falls asleep and takes a nap, does she still count as a person, or is she out of the equation?
Or what happens if the wife, you know, decides she wants to take a nap, or the kiddo puts the kiddo down because the kiddo's asleep, and you bring and so somebody else comes in. Sleeping in their bedroom with the doors closed, does that count as a person? You have to all be in the same room. I mean, where does that stop? I don't know. I mean, that's.
Do we count dogs? Because I'm back up to 4 of them now, thanks to my wife.
They are part of the family, but I don't know how that works on the whole pecking order. But yes, they are part of the family.
Well, we think one of our dogs is a liberal, so.
Well, how can you tell as you walk on the right or the left of the street? Is that how you tell?
Because we had a state representative put up yard signs, and he bit the state representative in the leg.
What was funny during the election is I kept saying, that's very funny, by the way. When I'd walk the dog, you know, there's signs everywhere, right? I mean, there was a lot of election signs, you know, you name it, and they were great targets for him to take a little leak on. It was just so, but he was not. He was right in the middle, because he would equally peed on the Republican ones and the Democrat. He had no real horse in the race. I would try to encourage him to not pee on certain ones, but by and large, he was an equal opportunity peer when it came to the political signs. I mean, he was more like he peed on a Trump sign and a Biden sign. He did both. He didn't pick favorites there. He just wanted the best spot. So.
Well, we have a cop that comes over, and my stepson has a bracelet that they have to replace every so often. Project Lifesaver. It helps track him down if he went missing. And Hala has a thing for biting the cops.
Oh no! Oh no!
So
not like authority.
Way left. Luckily, he doesn't have any teeth left. So at best, it's a good gummy.
That's good. That's good. So everything else okay besides just the dictatorship?
Yeah, you know, as former Vikings coach Jerry Burns just said, I just try to keep the crap on the conveyor belt and get it into the barnyard.
Cowboys and Vikes this weekend coming up. How about that big barn burner? You'll be watching that. Hey, did you see? By the way, I wish I'd have pulled the picture today. Did you see any of the? I don't know if you saw that ridiculous, not ridiculous. I guess I shouldn't say that. You know, the NHL's got all these new jerseys now. At least Dallas does. You see those white on white ones? You see those today? They're like this.
I did not, because I was too transfixed on seeing that the Wild are going to have old North Star jerseys.
Yeah, well, didn't we talk about this a while back, that would be something they should do, or they talked about doing? I thought we talked about that. I feel like we talked about that. Maybe
we talked about it as far as like the Winter Classic could be a.
Right. That's what it was. Well, Mom actually mentioned this, and I talked a lot about St. Paul this last week on the Talking Baseball Australia Live, but are they going to fork out the $20 million to play AAA ball? What do you think? What's your thought on that?
Well, I don't know if you saw Rob Padera came out with an article around like 4:30, 5 o'clock that his read on it is it's pretty much a done deal, and from what I'm hearing, it's pretty much a done deal. I got a feeling that $20 million, you could be seeing that spread out $20 million in like 20 installments in 20 years. So
right, and it might even be, heck, the Twins might even say, well, here's 10 of it right now, or 5 of it right now. I mean, they could say they want the AAA club there, so it makes sense. I mean, it sucks for the American Association, but I don't think this is the last domino to fall. It's probably the biggest one to fall, but I think you're gonna. I mean, I don't know what. I think there's some good things on the horizon for the league, but it would be it's going to be a blow when you lose your biggest attendance in the league. But you might pick up. Maybe the league expands, picking up 4 or 5 teams. I don't know if that still covers the loss of the St. Paul attendance, but it'd be something you have to do, I guess. I hadn't read that
Well,
article, but you check it out.
Rob put in the article possible Wisconsin expansion, and I'm not going to tell you where the likely location is going to be, but I would not bet a ton of apples on it.
Yeah, I actually broadcast there in 1999. I know that ballpark. Used to be a Mariners Class A club there. Actually, been baseball there for a long time. They had an old park before they built that new one, probably in '96 or so. Yeah, that's
I
right.
don't know if I told you the story. My friend that used to be a Major League Baseball writer for Baltimore, Los Angeles Twins. He interned in Appleton when A-Rod was playing for the Rattlers.
Yep.
And he recalled he wanted to get an interview with A-Rod done, and A-Rod was going to the bathroom in the team bus. So he interviewed A-Rod while A-Rod was relieving himself in the bus. He reminded A-Rod of that, 15 so years later, and he just, by then he kind of big leagued him, what the heck are you talking about? But yeah, that was my friend's big moment of being an intern in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Well, he would have, because he would have been there. Oh my gosh, the dog's going crazy again. He would have been at the old ballpark there, which I don't remember what it was called. The new park, Fox, I think it's called Fox Cities, maybe. There's your dog, so they're in stereo.
Oh yeah, they heard Max, so they started barking.
Oh my goodness! Hey, buddy, come here. That's hilarious. What was that place called? The old ballpark. It was called. Well, they built that place in '95, so the 94 would have been the park, the old park there. I don't remember because I remember A-Rod went eventually to Double-A Jacksonville. Let me move this over here. He would have he went from A-ball to the big leagues, but I believe that A-ball season he was in High A and Low A. I think their High A was out in, I want to say out in Lancaster, California that year, and then he went. The next year he began in Low A, or sorry, High A, and wound up in Double-A in the big leagues. So that'd have been '94. He was in the big leagues. Oh, there's a dog. '93, but yeah, I don't think he'd remember me either because he got in the butt. I think I've told this story before. When he got called the big leagues, I walked down the clubhouse after the game, handed him his ticket and his plane ticket on Delta. Remember this? The old school tickets, not the the old school ticket sleeve. And I handed him his traveling money, his per diem for the trip. And he signed a couple of baseballs, shook my hand, and told me I'd be there one day. And he went to the big leagues from there, from Double-A. But I don't think he'd remember that story. I'm sure he wouldn't remember it was me that gave him his plane ticket. I don't think he'd remember that at all. But I have an A-Rod story. That's my A-Rod story. But I bet if you ask him today, he'd probably say, "Who are you?"
Yeah, they never remember the little people, Dan.
Yeah, well, oh well. That's why I always remember everybody. That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna suck though. If we don't go to St. Paul, that's gonna suck. It's gonna really suck.
Time. I don't know where that takes me. I mean, am I going to?
Are you a Twins guy though? You're not. You're a Brewers guy, aren't you?
Frankly, I've soured so much on MLB in the last year after the stuff they did that I don't know where I'm going to go with this because not really a Twins fan, not really. I've kind of, like I said, I've soured on Major League Baseball.
Right.
So I don't know if that means I still cover the Saints, do the blog, maybe do an hour show with Rob every week. But I like to still devote most of my time to covering the association. But the closest ballpark is going to be 3 hours away with Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Frankly, Des Moines, which would be in the same league as St. Paul, is like 2 hours, 45 minutes away.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know where I go from there. So, guess I have to
And it's
Hurry
weird
up
too, because right now we would already have a schedule. You know, in Australia, schedule out by now because it's now Thanksgiving. We usually have it, no later than Halloween do we have something out, but they're not anything out yet. I know a lot of that's, we have a lot of things to answer health wise, but there's a lot of juggling and moving parts here. I mean, a lot of things, and so the association's probably waiting because you can't make a St. Paul schedule if you've got them going away. I mean, and it's it'll be really weird not going there, and I still think it'll hurt the league. I don't know how long term it will. Short term, it will hurt the league. Long term, maybe not. But whenever you take, I mean, you're going to lose 8,000 eyeballs a game for the league. That's going to hurt. I mean, you have to take, multiple teams to make that up. And I don't know if there's multiple. I don't know if they'll get all that done this year. They might, but they might not. I don't know. I have faith in the league. I have faith in the brass. I do believe they're going to do the right, but I don't know what they can do. Their hands are kind of tied right now. MLB, what I don't like about the whole thing, Kevin, MLB's come in and basically just bullied everybody and said, okay, you're going to do this, this, this. And
Right.
I keep saying, well, there are ownerships here that have a say too. And now, granted, St. Paul will save money being a Twins affiliate, but is that what they want to do? I mean, that's the question. I think that brand works for anybody, but is that St. Paul show going to be conducive to having an affiliated players there? AAA affiliated players. I don't know.
Well, I know they're going to lose some charter season ticket holders over it because the one thing with St. Paul's hardcore fan base is they don't take well to change.
Yeah.
And our good friend Bill Tyler has said he's flat out not going to go to Saints games anymore. He's got this view of minor league baseball as just glorified extended spring training.
Right.
Now, I don't think that's true, not on the AAA level, but he's set on it, and you got to imagine there's a bunch of others that feel that way too. So now you have a fan base in Minnesota that they've always said, hey, if they ever became a Twins affiliate, I'd go to games. Well, time for those people to put their money where their mouth is.
Absolutely.
Make it work somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to call these people out. All these people have said, well, I'll support a team. I'll go to games if I know the future Twins are going to be there. You know what? It's not guaranteed. If you wanted all future Twins, you would want a AA team there.
Yeah, you're right.
AAA is a little 1 week training spot. The real prospects are in AA.
Yeah, they're all AA. That's where he always said the biggest jump was from A ball to AA, and then not AA to AAA. But people always think that's because one step below. But most clubs that are competing are going to have guys at AAA that are going to be sent up to fill a roster spot in case, for depth, where your real prospect's going to be at AA. I mean, you mentioned A-Rod earlier. It's a great example. He was at AA. He never went to AAA. He went right to big leagues right from there because he was a legitimate, poster boy prospect, and they went right to the big leagues from AA. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I wonder too, and this is something I'll talk about. I am going to have a steakhouse show probably. Maybe Morgan and I are going to do something. We're not sure how it's going to work. I may know more Wednesday. I'm going to have a show. It's just a hard week for me to do it, but we're going to do a hot stove show between now and 1st of December, hopefully around 1st of December. But one of the things I'll talk about then, and I wonder, does that whole St. Paul brand of entertainment, the minor league experience is a minor league experience no matter where you go, but St. Paul does it a little differently. They do things a lot different than a lot of clubs. Will that work with AAA players, and will they be able to do some things? Will you be able to do some things you've done in the past? I mean, you'll build your characters and all that, but some things they've done in the past you may not be able to do. I mean, you're not going to be able to bring in what was they brought in a couple of years ago? A player that hit a home run or something. What was that bit?
That was Kevin Millar.
Yeah, you won't be able to do a Kevin Millar bit like that, but you can still do your jerseys and you can in your characters, but you're not going to be able to do some of the things that you've done in the past. I mean, you're just not going to be able to. I mean, what happened? Yeah. So anyway,
I think for the most part the show's going to roll on, and I don't think Vec would buy into it if he wasn't allowed. And
No. I just think
You
the
know-
arrogance of Major League Baseball just drives. They just think, oh well, we're going to come in and just do what we want to do. But I mean, the ownership does have. Granted, I think they will do it. It sounds like what you're saying, but I mean, that's just saying, okay, we're going to go ahead and you're going to be AAA because we want you to be AAA. I mean, what happens if the ownership decided, well, we don't want to be AAA? I mean, is that possible?
possible, yes. Likely,
No.
yeah. So, the point I was making to some people too is that if you look at Major League Baseball and minor league baseball from, like, let's say 1993 on, they have taken so many ideas from minor league baseball and incorporated into the game night operations on AAA, on a major league level, that it's not like it used to be.
Right.
So, I mean, that wall's kind of been broken down already. One angle I do want to talk to you about, and this would be something you could bring up in the steakhouse, and Rob brought up in his article. Wichita was supposed to get AAA for the Marlins. Now it sounds like Pensacola will get the AAA team for the Marlins. So, will they still put a team in Wichita? Or will Wichita be sitting there with a brand new stadium and no tenant?
It's a very good point. Would they be AA Texas League? Would they be triple? I mean, I don't know who goes in. It won't be A ball. It'll have to be AA or AAA goes in there. It has to be. I mean, there won't be, or obviously independent league. Maybe that's a scenario. That's very interesting. I hadn't even thought about that part of it. That's very. I have to look at that. It's such a. What's
as
that?
much as the mayor bragged about, well, we're going to get real minor league baseball back here in Wichita, and then they get Wingnuts Part 2.
Yeah. I mean, that could very well happen. I could see that happening. In the association would have a brand new ballpark, newer than St. Paul's. I mean, that is a really interesting. That I hadn't thought about that. It's so many. There's so many moving parts of this thing. And again, I don't know if they're going to get it all done ready for opening day, but I guess the fact I do have the pandemic going on helps a little bit. But I mean, what happens with certain places? It's anybody's guess. But yeah, that is great. The good news. Well, I'm happy for Sean Aronson. He's going to get to call AAA games. That's kind of cool. Play-by-play guy with the Saints. He's going AAA. Yeah, he's one. The Twins call him if there's an opening. I guarantee you. I mean, that's a great thing. It's a great thing. It's great for his career. I'm happy for him. He's a really good guy, and I'm happy for him. But that's
We'll
there's
see
a.
if he remembers us little people when he gets to the bigs, huh?
Well, I have an unnamed former minor league broadcaster who did make the big leagues, who totally big leagued me a few years ago at the old Globe Life Field. So I don't think Sean wouldn't big league us, but there was a guy who I knew who was a minor league broadcaster who made the big leagues and totally big leagued. And I swear I'll never do that. If I ever get somewhere special, I won't big league anybody. I promise you. I'll probably I'll open the booth up no matter what. They'll have to, the big league club will be going, why are you letting people come in the booth but just walk in? That's what I would do anyway. So anyway, all me. It's good to see you, bud. I'm glad you're doing well. I've been missing you.
Yeah, I've just been pretty bummed out ever since November 3rd. So I just kind of want to lay low for a while and make my reappearance with a little more of a positive attitude.
Yeah, well, I'll admit it was a hard week for me. Hard 10 days. It was hard. It was. What's that?
Not giving up hope. I think we're going to still see a battle.
Well, I always have Texas. That's what we always said. And, it's just, that's what I do say. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. But it's definitely crazy times. And I still can't believe, it's funny. I was telling this today on the morning drive at the sports station. They were talking about something that happened last spring. And they were like going, did that happen that happened this year? They couldn't remember what year. Everything that happened, like we were talking about this in our house, we were supposed to go to Italy, back in March, and we went to Belize instead. And it feels like that was 6 years ago. I mean, the last time I saw called a T-Bones game feels like it's been a year plus, but it feels like 10 years ago. Seriously. I mean, it feels like forever ago. It's just bizarre. This whole year it's crazy, man. Crazy.
You know, it's crazy
Crazy.
to think I was in Kansas City for the last T-Bones regular season game that was played.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Well, good things coming for the T-Bones. I'll tell you that. Good things coming for the T-Bones, mate. I'll tell you that.
I hope so. They deserve it.
Good things. All right, mate. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna shut her down. I'm gonna
All
go.
right, I'll be recording with Rob in about an hour and a half.
Yes, I'll be listening and I'll retweet. I'll be listening. I'll be something to listen to tomorrow at school.
I have no idea who's on the show. Yeah, he'll usually tell me once, maybe 5 minutes before the show starts. Gives me tons of prep time. But just to plug the show, we'll be recording tonight. Look for it on minorleaguesportsreport.com or look up Minor League Sports Report on Podbean, and you can find all the shows there.
This week in the American Association, right? I'll put it up on the board there. There we go, right there. So you go. There you go. That'll be tonight. Tonight. I'll be listening to it tomorrow, but tell Rob I said hi.
All right, will do, Dan.
All right, Kevin, good to see you, bud. Good to see you. Miss you, mate. There we go. That's my mate Kevin up there in the Minnesota and doing good. He's a just phenomenal baseball guy, a phenomenal guy. I mean, that's a great. Kevin's a great example. And I just saw Jim out there. Good to see Jim. We were talking. I think I showed you guys on Wednesday when I opened up that package from Australia. My career has taken me some great places, but even better than that, it's offered me a chance to meet some really great people. I would never have met Kevin if it hadn't been for being involved in the minor leagues. I mean, I would never have met him, and we become close mates. I mean, I never met, I met Jim through my association with the Heat, which carried over in Australia to his time in Brisbane and of course over in Fargo, but his association with Perth. And I go up and down my relationships. How I would say in my relationships, I would say probably a third of them are through this great opportunity I've been given. Other third were just lifetime, either be high school, college, mates, and then the other third would be people I've worked with along the way, and it's all blessed. One more thing I was going to give you guys before I leave here and wait for my wife to get back. I saw this really cool thing. I don't have a picture of it, but I saw this right as it went on the air. Who has a problem with people stealing your snacks out of the freezer or the fridge? Like, let's say, for example, you've got your favorite dessert. Maybe it's a pint of ice cream or a little pint of whatever your favorite ice cream is, cookies and cream, whatever. Well, I saw this today that apparently Haagen-Dazs, I'm sorry, is it Ben & Jerry's or Haagen-Dazs? One of the two national brands, international brands, have made this little nondescript contraption that hides your dessert in your freezer where no one else would grab it. And what it is, it's like it's a generic package of peas with a generic label on it, and you put your pint of ice cream down in it, and then you close it and you put it in your freezer with everything else, the rest of the frozen veggies, and somebody grabs it and goes, "Oh wait, I don't want that. That's peas." They'll grab, they go and they grab the pint, open the pint up, do a scoop of the pint, and then they put it back. Well, this way, they won't even see the pint. They'll be looking for the pint, and they'll see, "Oh, that's peas. I won't touch the peas." Genius idea, hiding your snacks in camouflage. I think it's called the Trojan peas, like the Trojan horse. I'll see if I can find a picture of it on Wednesday for you guys. But I saw that as I went on the air. I thought, what a genius idea! You're hiding your favorite. Maybe for us in Texas, it's Bluebell cookies and cream. You got a pint of it. You don't want the kids to find it, so you put it in there. Or maybe you're a guy like me who's on a diet, who's dropped 80 pounds, and you want to, maybe your wife wants to hide it from you. So she puts it in some kind of camouflage packaging, and you have no idea where it is. Anyway, okay, coming up on Wednesday, we'll see you guys then. We'll do something. I don't know what we'll do Wednesday. We'll come up with something between now and then. I got more substitute teaching all week. So I've got tomorrow at the alma mater, then over Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the daughter's alma mater as well. So that's always exciting. But yeah, the big week, and then that'll be it. That'll be the holiday, Thanksgiving holiday week from now. So much love. Hope you guys Have a great rest of your Monday and a great Tuesday and a good Wednesday. We'll see you guys on Wednesday in Virtual Happy Hour. As I say every time, much love, more love tomorrow than more today. Let's be better tomorrow than we were today. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Don't panic, but wear your mask. Just be safe. Wash your hands. Do all those things. Be courteous of others, but let's not cause a mass panic. Let's just do common courtesy. Keep saying our prayers and keep fighting forward with much love as we can as we try to navigate these crazy times as we wrap up 2020. Okay, let's close this thing out in 3, 2, 1. See you guys on Wednesday. Much love, everybody.